Lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Johanna. If this is your first time clicking in, thank you so much. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. It's been a while. Thank you so much for 2024. It was a very nice journey with you guys. Thank you so much for the support, for the like, for the comment, and for the subscription. We are on 11k subscribers. Thank you so much. Today on the channel, we're going to be doing this ruffle hem skirt. It's a very simple skirt. I use chiffon and cotton lining for my skirt. You can use different fabric. You can use crepe, you can use chiffon as I use. You can also use linen. It depends on what your vibe is. If it's something you like to learn, please keep on watching and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to it. So guys, the first thing I'll be doing is to draft my A-line skirt, and what I did was to draw a line at the top and a line at the bottom, and the line at the bottom will be the length of my skirt, which is 28 inches. Then next I'll be marking waist to hip, which in my case is 8.5 inches. Then I would mark. Then on the waistline I'll be marking my waist divided by 4. Then I would add 1 inch for seam allowance. Then for the hip line, I would be marking my hip divided by 4, and I would add about 1 inch just for ease. Then I would add 1 inch for seam allowance. Then I would create that line from the waist to the hip. Then from the hip to the length, I would create like an A line with my ruler. So we have like a line skirt now to use for our pattern. So I drafted this A-line skirt on a fold. So this is on a fold. So we have the waist, hip, and length. So this is the skirt front. Then I'm going to trace the waistline, the hip line, and the length line so that it can show on the other side of my paper. Then I'm gonna cut it out. So that's perfect. Now we have our full skirt. So the first thing I'll be doing is to draw where I want my ruffle to start. So from the bottom, I marked 6 inches. So my ruffle would start from the bottom, 6 inches. Then I would mark from the waist, connecting like a curved line. So that is the shape of my wrap skirt. So now we have our front wrap skirt drawn. Now we're going to draw our ruffle length. So it depends on you, but my ruffle length is 6 inches as I mentioned earlier. So you can just follow how I did the ruffle length. So it went big to small. So yeah, from big to small. So I don't want it all the way the same length. So as it's going up, it's small. So yeah, that is how it is. So next I'll be drawing lines on my ruffles. So those lines would help me to slash and spread my ruffle. So I don't just want my ruffles to be like a straight cut. I want it to have like those flans effect or like a circle effect, like it was cut on a 360-degree. So what I'm gonna do is to cut out the front wrap skirt and the ruffle part, and the other part we don't need it. So I'm gonna cut that out and label. This is the side. It can get confusing sometimes, and this is the left side, this is the left side. So I decided to remove 1.5 inches from the top of my skirt because I don't want it to be too high-waisty, if you understand. Yeah, I don't want it to be too high-waisty, so I just removed 1.5 inches from the top of my skirt. So now it's time to cut my ruffles so that I could slash them and it can become like flans. So now I took another paper, a fresh paper, and I want to spread my ruffles. You can spread it as much as you want. I spread my ruffles about 2 inches, but I would advise to spread more than 2 inches, maybe 3.5 or 3, to get that nice more flowers on my skirt, because the flowers on my skirt is not a lot. So if you want more, but if you don't want a lot, it's fine, you can do 2 or 2.5. But if you want more, you can do 3 to 3.5 or even more if you have more fabric and more pattern paper. So just continue to spread your ruffles 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 as you go. So when you're done spreading, you're going to join your flounce shape all around like a circular shape, as you can see, because it's a round flounce, so it's round, it's not straight. So you're gonna draw it and cut it up. So this is my front ruffle that I'm going to be joining on the slanty curvy side of the skirt. So guys, this method can be used on sleeves, it can be used on necklines, it can be used on shirts, it can be used in any ways. So you can just use the same method to achieve different kind of flans. So guys, this is what we have for the front pattern. We have our front wrap skirt and we have the front ruffles. Very easy. We've gotten it. Now to the back. We already drafted the back A-line skirt just like we did for the front. So it's very easy, just that I added that for the back waist. So I'm just going to mark 6 inches from the bottom, 6 inches, that's for my ruffles. Then I marked it. Then I'll be drawing lines so that will help me to slash and spread my ruffles to give that flounce effect. So I'm just gonna cut that ruffle part out because it's different. Then the back skirt, the back wrap skirt is different. Okay guys, we're done cutting it out. Now we're going to slash our ruffles. So I want to show you how I'm gonna slash it. We're not gonna slash it all the way till it's come apart. We're gonna slash it like about 0.1. Gonna slash it like 0.1. Can you see that? And then I will place it on a fresh paper. So I already labeled center back and the back of the side. So I'm taping it and I'll be spreading it about 2 inches. But if you want more, as I mentioned in the front, you can spread it as much as you want. So now we have all our patterns ready. The front wrap skirt, the ruffles, the back skirt, and the back ruffles. So very easy. Now take your fabric and cut. You can use any fabric, you can use cotton, but in my case what I did was that I used chiffon, a light chiffon, and I used a cotton lining. So I used the two together because the chiffon is too light to just use alone. So for the back, I cut on fold. I cut one chiffon, one lining. The front, I cut two chiffon, two lining. For the ruffles, the front ruffles, I cut two chiffon, and for the back, I cut two chiffon. So I'm not going to line the ruffles. So that is it. So guys, what I'll be doing is to place the chiffon and the cotton lining together. So I'm going to like attach them together to be one fabric. What I'm going to do is to place pin on the edges. So I'm going to do that on all my pattern pieces. I'm going to do that on this pattern piece and the front wrap skirt. So make sure you place it nicely, it's flat on the lining. The same for the front wrap skirts. I'm going to place the chiffon on the cotton lining and pin. Just do it carefully, do not rush. So perfect. We have done one of the wrap skirts. So what you're going to do is to place the other one like this. Make sure it's overlapping like this. Make sure when you are pinning it, it's overlapping like this. Make sure it's not the other way around. So I'm going to pin my chiffon on the top and the cotton line under. So that's what I'm going to do. Then what I'm going to do is to take it to my overlocker and overlock all around. You can also take it to your sewing machine and do like a basting stitch and overlock and sew all around so that the chiffon and the cotton will be like one fabric and will stay in place. So now I already brought it from my overlocker. I overlocked all the edges. As you can see, it's not that clear, but I already overlocked all the edges, the back, and the two wrap skirt for the front. Perfect. So now I'm going to be joining them. So I'm going to be joining them together by the side. As you can see, I'm gonna join them with 1 centimeter seam allowance. I know I used 1 inch on my pattern paper, but I want to use less to sew. just to give me more ease. If you want to use 1 inch, that's also fine, but I decided to use just 1 centimeter. That's about 0.25 of 1 inch. So I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine and stitch a straight stitch and a straight stitch there. Then also sew my dart. Do not forget, sew your dart, pin and sew your dart. So guys, I already sewed the side. Can you see how neat it is? I already pressed it flat. I pressed my dart, also looking nice on the inside and on the outside, as you can see. Now we're gonna take our ruffles, our ruffles. Yeah. So now we're gonna take our ruffles together. So I'm going to be joining these ruffles on the sides. So I'm going to be using 1 centimeter also. Going to be joining them by the side of 1 centimeter. And I'm going to overlock. So I'm also going to overlock the top of the ruffles. So that's what I did, and I pressed the sides so that it can relax my seams. So now it's time to attach the ruffles to the skirts. So this is where your patient comes in. You're going to pull and make sure the seams are matching the seams. We're going to pin all the way to the top. And that is it, guys. This skirt literally took me just few hours and I was done. It's very easy. You can add your waistband, but I just decided just to hem it at the top, and I also added straps to tie it around, because it's a wrap skirt. Obviously you need straps. So I pinned it all the way to the front and the other side of the front, and now it's time to stitch. Just carefully stitch, because very light fabric. It's a very light fabric, so you have to carefully stitch. You don't have to rush. I'm gonna stitch all the way and you are almost done. So now I stitched already, and I pressed, and I also like hemmed the top of the skirts, and now I'm going to add the straps, and I'm also going to hem the bottom of the ruffles. So I hemmed the ruffles, I added the straps, and that is it for this skirt. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.